The number one hardest thing about trading. Stay tuned, we'll talk about that next. G'day traders, I'm Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading, and today we're going to talk about the number one hardest thing about trading, and that's taking a loss. I've gone over this in a lot of my videos. I talk about Peter Brandt's influence on me. I talk about developing mindset all the time, talk about goal setting, accelerating your learning, creating a vision, all the things that will shape and give you a daily routine that will help to accelerate your learning, build your confidence, develop a winning mindset to master the markets. I get questions all the time about edge, about tactics, trade identification, but in the simplest, one of the simplest, easiest ways to make your trading better instantly is to take a loss as fast as you can. So that may not make sense right away, but I can tell you from experience, and I can tell you from my experience with learning from other traders and sitting beside them and listening to them talk and talking to them one-on-one, we all have the same story. The number one thing that destroyed my trading was my inability to take a loss. I won't even say a small loss, I'll just say a loss. A loss that where that first stopping point was that I had identified as where the trade would have been invalidated, and I would move my stop, shut my stop, or zero my stop loss out, shut it, move it, take it out completely, and in fact, still try to manufacture an idea that would support the direction that I was going in, and in fact, take even more leverage and positions into the market into a losing trade, averaging into losers. So, the most critical, important day in my trading career was the day the light bulb went off when I realized that the secret wasn't in trade identification. I have spent years looking for the Holy Grail system that was going to allow me to get into trades and worst case scenario, always be at break even, either quickly or within a certain amount of time, and worst case scenario, get break even on a trade. Now, we talk about this over and over and over again. Traders will stay in the abyss for their entire trading careers because they think the secret to successful long-term trading is in the actual identification of the entry and exit model. First of all, you have to identify the time frame that's going to work for you, whether that's end of day, 4 hour, hourly. I don't recommend going shorter than an hour, and that's not that because I don't think it can be done. It's just that I think that the real opportunities exist at certain times in the day and based over the market developing over a certain amount of time, giving traders asymmetrical ranges to trade from where they can manage the downside with a small loss, and they have a potentially greater upside in terms of the reward to risk ratio. But you have to focus on being a good loser. Now, obviously, you have to have an edge, but there's thousands of models out there. You know, I trade rectangles, I trade head and shoulders patterns. On my end of day, I trade swing trading, but I still look at the weekly and monthly charts, even when I'm going down to the hourly system. I look at ranges, Monday ranges expansions. But I'm constantly looking for consolidations of markets that have moved and are coiling and are about to spring again. But that's not where the secret lies into me actually being able to profit from those trades. The secret lies for me being able to obviously time that opportunity, identify the point in that trade where I can see my smallest amount of risk, where the trade, if it's validated, I can identify my downside, I can take a position size based on a percent of capital and size of my stop, enter the market with an asymmetrical target in place where if ideally that target is hit, I'm at least getting 3, 4, and ideally 5 times to 1 of my risk. So I have no problems at all now. I love it actually. In fact, when I take a loss, there's nothing I love more is than taking that first loss and watching it get stopped out, because I have a comfort point. I know that I'm willing to take a certain amount of loss during the day. There's nothing more I love greater than seeing myself get stopped out and then that market explode in the opposite direction. I would rather miss that trade and learn from that opportunity that I've missed on that particular day and have taken a small loss than to be stuck psychologically frozen at the screen like a deer in the headlights, and that deep sunken feeling in your gut where that market continues to move against you. And in fact, what you've actually entered into was the beginning of a measured move, where the range that you thought you were trading to is actually the opposite range of movement that the market is now targeting. So some traders might jump in reverse right away. I don't often chase trades. But my point is just that taking a small loss and being back in the game and ready to be prepared to take on your next trade with a completely clear conscience, being flat in the market, is the best place you want to be, knowing that you've taken the smallest stop that you've allowed for your trade size, and knowing that you followed your plan. So focus on being the best loser possible. If you can do that and constantly keep sharpening your edge and your technical skills and your ability to manage that trading process and your mindset and confidence to manage that whole entire trading system that you've developed. Taking the loss is critical, though, to determine your long-term success for trading. So hopefully you got some value out of today's video, traders. When you're wrong, get out, and get out fast. Give yourself a fist pump, do the happy dance, because the better loser you become, the more you're going to succeed in trading. If you can detach yourself from the outcomes of the trades, you have no bearing, no ability to control whether the market will move with you or against you. But what you do have in your power is to manage the trading process, the entry and exit orders, the capital sizing that you place into the market, and executing that to the best of your ability. So stay disciplined, stay focused on executing your stop losses, and may the markets go with you. Hi traders, it's Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. If you haven't done so, please head over to my website at staceyburketrading.com. I create updates on almost a daily basis, and I would love for you to receive them. Just click on the blog. If you want to enter your name and your email address, I'll send you my free audio program, the 7-Step Daily Routine for High Performance Traders. This is essential knowledge for all traders in all markets, and this is for helping traders to master the market with discipline, confidence, and a winning mindset. I appreciate all your feedback and comments. As always, traders, stay disciplined, and may the markets go with you.